Whew, I won't keep you guys long, I promise. So for me, it all started with graduation. And let me tell you, like every graduation, a high school student, I was ready to graduate. But after doing 13 years, I mean, who wouldn't be ready to take a break? I think I was more excited for that than I actually was walking across the stage. Well, when I brought that story to my mom, she's like, a break? Oh no, ma'am, we're not taking any of those. So I'm like, Mom, I only want to take a break for a semester. I mean, I just did 13 years. Come on now. I'm not saying I won't go to college, but I'm going to go. Just want a break. No, ma'am. The only break you'll be taking is a summer break. So for me, I found myself applying for colleges. And let me tell you, it was pretty tedious, I can say. Before I knew it, summer break was over. And I found myself going to Greenville Technical College in South Carolina. It was good. I can definitely say college gave me a little more freedom than high school, so it wasn't too bad, but it was still bad because the fact was I was in school with no break. To outweigh that, I said, hey, I gotta get a job. That was gonna be my good to outweigh the bad. And for me, I ended up working at a shoe store. As you can see, I love shoes. I do not discriminate, whether it's Nikes, Adidas, Reebok, you name it, I love it. And I can dress them up or I can dress them down. So my first job ended up being at Lady Foot Locker. And let me tell you, school and work balance, whew, it was a lot. But I handled it, and I can definitely say that my manager, she paid attention to that. One day she called me in and she's like, hey, Teyana, come here. So I'm like, hey. She was like, I definitely love the way you've been working with customers. You've been showing me a lot of continuation and that you really can have growth here at Foot Locker. So she told me, what do you say about more pay and more hours? Oh, my eyes got big. Me being a college student and ending my first year, why not become a manager? So I was like, yeah, that sounds good. So before I knew it, I was a manager at Foot Locker, and I worked my butt off. And I can say, sadly, school became in the shadows, and I didn't really focus as much on it after my first year. Work, I worked, and it became my main priority. Somebody who wouldn't agree with that would be my grandfather. My grandfather is very dear to me, and we have a very close relationship. And for him, one thing he's always told me, Teyana, go to school and stay in school because I don't want you to work hard and go through the things that I went through. So that's something that always was a remembrance for me. Being in South Carolina, I worked, loved Foot Locker, switched around a lot. But one day I got a call from my aunt. And my aunt's like this jippery person. She's like, hey, T, how you doing? I'm like, hey, Auntie, I'm good. She was like, well, look, I'm just calling. You know, every time I found out about something, hey, I'm here to tell you. And she's like, I found out about a program, and it's called Year Up. So I'm like, okay, tell me more. She was like, well, all I can tell you is that it's a workforce program. You get college credits while graduating the program, and that I know they're up here, but check it out and see if they're in South Carolina. So first thing I did when I got off work is I looked it up. It was a bore. It wasn't in South Carolina. So I continued to work. In due time, I moved back to the city. And being closer to my grandfather, that means leaving school out of my head wasn't a choice. I definitely had to get back in school. First thing that came to mind was Year Up. So I filled out an interest form. And from there, I went through a vigorous process. Orientations, interviews, paperwork, you name it, they had you do it. From there, I got accepted. And Year Up is a program, information and technology, and they base themselves around closing the opportunity divide and giving the opportunity to students who don't have the education in the technical field as well as professional development. And it's 2 phases. First phase is learning and development. Second phase is internship. And remind you, you have to earn an internship. They don't just give it to you. What I mean by that, they make you do infractions. Make sure you're submitting your paperwork, dressing professionally, which this outfit I have on today, it would be an infraction. As far as that, my first phase was definitely, I worked in business communications. I did networking, hardware, software, and it was definitely an overall process that taught me a lot of educational and technical skills. One teacher that I'm forever grateful for would be Kanali Battle. She was my business communications teacher. And let me tell you, if you said anything that was grammatical wrong, she would definitely get you. For instance, if someone asks, whose seat is that? And you'll say, that's mine's. Mine? I thought it was mine because mine's blow up. From there, eventually I earned my internship, and I started working at Freddie Mac. If I say, Freddie Mac is somewhere I love, and I'm currently on the UAT team, and if I say so myself, I'm killing it to be an intern. I can definitely say with doing this program in Europe, it bridges with Nova Community College. But whether I decide to further my degree at Nova, I can say that Europe has gave me the technical skills as well as the professional skills to land a job in the corporate world. And while being in school, I'm keeping my mom happy, as well I'm keeping a smile on my pop-pop's face.